Get your Sonic movie trailer reaction bingo card ready!
Well, I guess it's time for this Dissected channel to wake up again. The Sonic trailer! Let's talk for 5 hours about a 3-minute trailer and judge it like a finished movie. There, I made a self-aware joke. I'm now cleansed of my sins. So, Luke, your thoughts?
Greetings, friends! So, let's, get some of the positives out of the way. I'm surprised at how much I enjoy the casting. Ben Schwartz is a good fit for Sonic. He sounds young, energetic, cocky. I honestly wouldn't mind if Sega replaced Roger Craig Smith with Ben. As for Dr. Robotnik being played by Jim Carrey, well, if nothing else, Jim Carrey is usually pretty entertaining to watch. And while I initially hated his design, the shot right at the end at least eases my concerns.
As for my thoughts, whoa. Oh my god, does Sonic look ugly. With the low CGI and mouth, he looks really off. I know in this movie he's depicted as an alien hedgehog thing, but there was no need to make him look that hyper-realistic. At least Detective Pikachu made him look realistic, but retained the look he had in the games. I have to say that the Sonic from the live-action fan film looked better than that thing.
And speaking of designs, while Sonic's design is mostly unforgivable, there are certain things that have been done right that I wasn't expecting. For one, the spin dash looks awesome. Plus, now that we've gotten a good look at him, it seems that he's not only wearing socks, but that they're even creased right. On top of this, the shot of all of his previously burnt-out shoes indicates that he does not have access to special friction-resistant shoes, and the pair he's wearing in the movie will most likely burn out as well, thus leading to the possibility of Sonic obtaining his classic power sneakers by the end of the film. Hopefully some gloves, too. Since this movie seems to be setting itself up as an origin story with the tagline, "Every hero has a genesis," so I figured just like how Robotnik is more recognizable by the end, Sonic will be too.
Playing by the Power Rangers Fantastic Four design. Spent 2 hours of Limbo movie to get 5 minutes of the movie you actually wanted to see. Now, word on the street is that Robotnik sequence at the end is actually the end credits teaser for the sequel or something. So that doesn't even happen halfway through the story. But that's just rumors, so don't take it too serious. But American movies always have this weird thing that they're kind of embarrassed by the movie they're making or something. One of these days I really want to make a full dissected video about that.
But I really like how Jim Carrey as Eggman is depicted here, where he looks like a cyberpunk Dick Dastardly being an asshole to the General, to the traditional look at the end sporting a Nigel Thornberry moustache. It was great to see the Jim I remember from my youth. The Badnik robots don't look too bad either.
The time stop scene also looks fantastic, and eases my concern that the movie isn't going to take Sonic's speed seriously. The warp ring is also a nice touch, as are the giant mushrooms around Robotnik in the last shot, most likely implying that they will be going to Mushroom Hill at some point.
Second time Mushroom Hill Zone is the random level that's referenced in a Sonic spin-off. Funny. That said, I doubt that's Mushroom Hill Zone, but they just picked giant mushrooms for instant alien landscape points. Then again, if the rumors are true and that sequence is the sequel bait ending, and the sequel will be about Robotnik stealing the Master Emerald from Floating Island, then throwing him into Mushroom Hill Zone is a very good idea. Not that that will help this movie, but, you know, Hollywood, they're always busy worrying about the next movie rather than the one they're making right now. Poor Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, remember how you have to collect 50 rings in Sonic 1 and you jump into a giant ring to take you to the special zone? Yeah, that's a gimmick in the movie now. Now Sonic is thinking with rings.
I'm worried Sonic is too overpowered here. If Sonic is so fast he can pluck multiple missiles out of the air and can instantly teleport anywhere, what's a bunch of robots gonna do? This movie will be nitpicker's paradise to point out every scene where Sonic should have easily escaped with running or teleporting away, like say the sequence with the cop finding him. CinemaSins will have a field day with that. Ding! His insane speed kind of reminds me of Sam Baby's old roast articles of the Super Friends, where he made a funny point that the Flash should be the most bitter and constantly irritated man in existence because life should be going in a super slow motion for him all the time.
And yeah, unfitting trailer music, generic plot of human characters protecting an otherworldly creature from the evil military. You know it's going to be a stupid movie, but I kind of want to see it to see what it's like. It looks like a forgettable movie, but it might be one you could see with your friends.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to geek out for a second. Sonic goes to Montana in this movie! Actual Montana, my home state! At this part right here, while Robotnik is talking about capturing Sonic, the video screen zooms in on southwest Montana right around Butte, and if we assume that the bright red line is Sonic's path, it looks like Sonic is following the interstate right to Helena! You guys have no idea how happy this makes me. It's like a dream come true for me. Sonic is in Montana. Montana rarely shows up in fictional media at all, so the fact that it's showing up in the Sonic movie just puts a smile on my face. Guys, come back. No, you don't understand. This is amazing. Guys, please.
While I'm hiding here from more Montana tourist talks here, on the old Dissected set, I'm going to talk to Alexandra, one of the 12 only people on the internet happy with the new Sonic movie. Considering both our accents, I'll temporarily turn the subtitles back on. So, anger and hate for the movie have been sufficiently covered, I think, by other YouTubers. And I'm mostly in the, man, we'll see what happens camp. So, what is this all like for the positive fan?
I don't believe 1 second that all this hate on YouTube is being representative. This looks like a typical internet geek rate. And trust me, I'm far from saying that this trailer is absolutely perfect. It's not. But saying it's the worst thing? Hell, I don't know what is the problem with Sonic and the geek world. I don't know. It must be something subconscious at some point. Every time Sonic is trying to get some real attention, it feels like these people just suddenly rise and scream, "Go back to your hole, stupid hedgehog!" It's like Sonic has the right to exist as long as it's hidden from the world. But if you make the hedgehog flirts with mainstream content, geeks are turning batshit crazy about it and feel it's their mission to make it look absolutely terrible so it won't happen again. I have watched some of these YouTube videos you're talking about, and then again, I'm not saying all of their feedbacks are bad, but some of them are pure bullshit. I was watching one of them complaining against Sonic being in a world when it was always the goddamn case. Sonic's world is Earth, not some shit world made of floating cookies. Earth was a thing until at least 2010. After 2010, they just avoided giving information about the lore, which does not erase what was established before.
Yeah, it's true Sonic will quickly be brown-beaten back into being Happy the Squirrel in Green Hill Zone land for babies whenever he's trying to step out of boundaries. Of course, for good reason. But I have to admit, I am getting real tired of the endless nostalgia parade, and it seems Sonic is going to be run from the inside if we stick with Sonic Generation around. Either way, much as I sympathize with that view, the movie trailer in and on itself isn't quite the glorious new vision and direction I'm willing to fight fans over. Trailer's kinda dull. Now, I've been thinking, their use of Gangsta Paradise feels off, doesn't fit Sonic's upbeat personality, and especially not the energy of the series. But then I figured, wait, the tape recorder, Jim Carrey being all Ace Ventura-ish again. I think they're trying to sell this movie as 90s the movie, with Sonic just merely being a part of general 90s nostalgia vibe rather than really being the selling point in and on itself. Like Paramount or Sega or whoever just algorithmed the trailer together by grabbing the most normally high-impact mainstream 90s stuff and throwing them together, hence Gangsta Paradise. I mean, to eliminate it would make a lot more sense as a 90s Sonic representative or something. Or a lot of people are saying Michael Jackson considering their relation together.
I was under the impression that Gangsta Paradise was being used because Sonic is supposedly a rebel dude, which is my problem with the trailer, personally. I was expecting more edge from him, more rudeness, something that would fit with the song, but nothing in the trailer shows Sonic as a thug.
Who knows? Anyway, another reason why I think Sega's just completely going for mainstream audiences and leaving fans out is, well, look at the amount of extreme fan-concentrated material we had for a while now with Mania, Team Sonic Racing, the constant nostalgia, and fans being recruited. Even Sonic Boom, the show, ended up feeling like a narcissistic Sonic fan masturbation party with all the fourfall meta stuff. Every fan is catered down, well, except Sonic Adventure fans, because fuck us, except for music remixes and Point of Shadow cameos, I guess. Anyway, like stuffing us with fan love for a while, so we shut up and eat up Sonic Mania breakfast cereals, while Sega feels more confident leaving us out of the equation for this other spin-off they're working on, the movie project.
I don't really like the idea that what fans want is totally separated from what the casuals like. I mean, seriously, the only difference between us and them I can think of is basically the need to have an explanation for Sonic's presence in a world. A Sonic fan like us would easily buy that Sonic was always on Earth and interacting with humans, because the world is just like that. I think there's a bigger tolerance for crazier situations in video games in general, while in cinema it needs to relate to a reality. So I was sure they would have made up an alien or lab experiment excuse to justify Sonic's presence. Besides that, what casuals do like, they like actions, they like epic journey, they like superhero stuff. Roger, what do we want in Sonic? It's that kind of things, right?
Well, I like Sonic being related to a reality only insofar that it propels who the characters are and what they do, which is why I like Sonic Adventure's setup. Characters a goal, a mission, a life, and that propels them to do things and to react to things, a sense of context that's been missing in modern Sonic, where characters just are, they're just main characters spouting punchlines. I've no idea what drives any of them. But insofar as we need to tie Sonic down to realistic biology, we need to give Robotnik's mustache a 2-hour prequel. No, it's the abstract and crazy that energizes Sonic. The power of Sonic to me is that perfect balance between reality and the abstract clashing together. The juxtaposition, the contrast, but both. Don't make it too abstract and fantasy, or it's just a bunch of meaningless weird stuff, but neither too realistic or it becomes dull. They need to fuel off each other.
I think they have missed the opportunity to suggest a connection with Sonic and the Rocket Raccoon archetype. What I mean is, besides having ugly CGI, this could have been overlooked if Sonic was a fun character in the trailer. Sonic should have been a Rocket Raccoon, a fluffy animal who displays macho behaviors. That's the essence of Sonic in the game, the edge. Honestly, Sonic has no edge in the trailer. On the other hand, Carrie's Robotnik shows potential because they're going back to the weird genius route with the character instead of him just being dumb like in the modern games. And you feel that Carrie is being comfortable with that role. My personal favorite moment in this trailer is when Sonic is hitting Robotnik's tank, then asks if it's all he got. Then Robotnik says no, but thanks for asking, and continues the chase with another robot. That is Sonic stuff. At this very moment, it felt like Sonic in person.
Oh, if this was a Pontiff game, the sequence would go on for 5 hours. Hey, Eggman, your bald mustache bald. It's your mustache. You missed me with your mustache that's bald. Oh yeah, well, I mustache, your bald mustache needle, mold mustache needles. Oh yeah, you're bald and have a mustache. Stop talking about my mustache. Yeah, but your mustache, bald mustache, bald mustache.
People who don't play the games have no idea how bad Sonic humor was in the last decade. So yes, it feels not so bad for a fan who hates the other games. Because let's be honest, we have seen more terrible, crappy jokes. In the movie though, it feels like I can still overlook them and focus on the action, but I can't blame people for being disappointed at bland joke for being bland. If you intend to make jokes, at least make good ones. Nobody will complain at the presence of jokes if they were amazing, right? Still, I think some of them had the potential to be good, but kind of fell flat to me because of the presentation. Like when Sonic pretends to be a cat. I think it would have been funnier if he actually tried to pretend to be a cat, like he was believing this could actually work. Or that scene when he hides in the bag and two strangers ask if there's a kid inside the bag. The problem with that situation is it's not a natural conversation. Nobody will ask if your child is in the bag. They will perhaps wonder if there's an animal or something, and they probably will not say anything about it anyways, and just have a confused face and move on. That's just, that would have been more efficient without dialogues at all, if you ask me.
They heard Sonic talk, so they must have figured it's a human, and in that size, it's gotta be a child, or Peter Dinklage, I guess. Either way, I agree, if they were just baffled or were secretly calling security in the background, that would be funnier than those on-the-nose jokes. And that reminds me, I can't help but notice the human main characters get very little focus in this trailer. That and them using footage from late in the movie, I sure hope they didn't cherry-pick the only few cool scenes and most of the movie is awkward humor like this. Most of the movie cast did constantly say that this movie is hilarious, so we'll see. Either way, apparently the internet successfully bullied the movie production team to change the character model, so well done. I guess the poor animators will have a few extra months of work ahead. Either way, I think we talked enough, so until the next video, bye-bye.